What evidence is needed for a DWI conviction in New York? If you are facing a DWI charge in Suffolk County, the evidence prosecutors use can determine everything. In New York, a driving while intoxicated conviction requires proof that you operated a vehicle while impaired. Prosecutors must present specific evidence showing intoxication beyond a reasonable doubt. The primary form of evidence in many cases is blood alcohol content test results. BAC measures the concentration of alcohol in your bloodstream. New York Vehicle and Traffic Law Section 1192 sets the legal limit at 0.08% for most drivers. Commercial drivers face a stricter limit of 0.04%. BAC evidence can come from blood tests, breath tests, or urine tests. Blood tests directly measure alcohol concentration and are considered highly accurate when properly administered. Breath tests estimate BAC through a breathalyzer device and require correct calibration. Urine tests are less commonly used because they detect alcohol metabolites over a longer period. Testing procedures must follow strict protocols established by the New York State Department of Health. Errors in calibration or operator mistakes can make BAC results unreliable. Medical conditions such as diabetes may interfere with breath test readings. Environmental factors like chemical fumes can also affect breathalyzer accuracy. Blood and urine samples require proper storage and a documented chain of custody. Any break in chain of custody documentation can raise doubts about the authenticity of the sample. Timing also matters because BAC levels may differ between the time of driving and the time of testing. Defense attorneys often examine whether chemical testing rules were followed correctly. New York's implied consent law under VTL Section 1194 requires drivers to submit to chemical testing after a lawful arrest. Refusing chemical testing can lead to automatic license suspension and may be used as evidence at trial. Prosecutors also rely heavily on field sobriety tests during DWI investigations. Field sobriety tests are physical and cognitive exercises officers use to assess impairment at the roadside. Common tests include the Horizontal Gaze Nystagmus test, walk and turn test, and one-leg stand test. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has validated these standardized tests as impairment indicators. However, these tests are influenced by uneven road surfaces, poor weather, injuries, disabilities, or officer judgment. Unlike breath tests, drivers in New York are not legally required to participate in field sobriety tests. Refusing field sobriety tests may still be presented in court as consciousness of guilt. Witness testimony also plays a major role in DWI prosecutions. Officer testimony is often central to the prosecution's case. Officers describe driving behavior, physical appearance, and test performance to establish probable cause. Defense attorneys can cross-examine officers to uncover inconsistencies or bias. Civilian witnesses may also provide testimony about alcohol consumption or arrest circumstances. Video evidence is increasingly important in DWI cases. Dash cameras may capture driving patterns and roadside interactions. Body cameras provide close recordings of conversations and movements. Surveillance footage from nearby businesses can offer additional perspectives. Video can either strengthen the prosecution's case or reveal inconsistencies in police reports. Police reports themselves are formal documentation of the arrest and observations. Prosecutors rely on consistent police reports, while defense attorneys look for gaps or contradictions. New York law also provides legal defenses that can challenge DWI charges. Procedural defenses focus on whether law enforcement followed constitutional requirements. Substantive defenses challenge whether the accused was actually impaired. A skilled lawyer can examine BAC testing errors, improper field sobriety administration, or violations of rights. A strong defense can lead to reduced charges, dismissal, or acquittal depending on the evidence. The law offices of Jason Bassett, PC reviews every piece of prosecution evidence in Suffolk County DWI cases. Attorney Jason Bassett brings over 21 years of criminal law experience and understands how prosecutors build these cases. If you need an attorney to challenge DWI evidence, the law offices of Jason Bassett, PC can help. Call the law offices of Jason Bassett, PC at 631-259-6060 or visit their office at 320 Carleton Avenue number 4200, Central Islip, New York, 11722, United States for guidance on your case.